Hi, how are you doing?
Martinez, I'm Carmen.
I'm Jordan. Nice to meet you.
How's it going, Trey?
Hi, Jordan. Nice to meet you.
Cynthia.
Can we see
Oh,
it
Cynthia. Nice to meet you.
anywhere?
Yeah, cool. I put your packets down where your names are at.
Thank you.
And I just got a little bit of music playing to get it pumped, get everybody pumped and going. We can go ahead and get started. Everybody know Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
Man.
All right. Well, my name's Jordan Martinez, and welcome to DISC training, or everything DISC that you're going to learn about today. So I have your PowerPoint packets and then a training manual for you guys to have. You can follow along in the PowerPoint, but don't go past page 11 because we're going to play a little game, and I put the answers on there for you can reference later back. And then that's the training manual, so that's for you guys to keep.
Okay.
And so we have a little schedule that we're going to go off of here. We're like on a time because I know everybody has to get back to work. So it's going to be about 45-minute presentation, okay?
Yes.
All right, so before we get started, I want everybody to grab a piece of paper. I have a little yellow notepad in the center if one of y'all want to grab one and pass it around. We're going to do a little introductions here, so I hope we have no shy ones in the class.
I'm very shy.
Very good.
Okay, so I'm going to start first. So my name's Jordan. I've worked at Frost for 4 years now, so almost going on 5. And I work in the VIP department here downtown. And my favorite color is green. So I want you to write your name, how long you've worked at Frost, and what's your favorite color. And then also, I want you to write down what disc style you think you are.
Are we supposed to hide it from everybody else?
Now, whoever wants to go first can start with the introductions.
I'll go.
Okay.
So my name is Trey. I've worked at Frost for 10 months now, and I'm a data analyst the title itself is business analyst specialist, but I deal a lot with data. My favorite color is red, and I'm almost positive that I am a high I.
High I, okay, influencer. Okay, who'd like to go next?
I can go next. Hello, everybody. I'm Cynthia. I've been here about 2 years, and if you haven't figured it out, my favorite color is pink. And I know I am an S.
You know you're an S.
I know I'm an S.
All right. Well, we're going to determine that when I give you the results.
I'm excited to see.
And I'm Carmen. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Carmen.
I've been here 10 years. The favorite
Wow.
color is yellow. And I think I'm a dominant,
A
a
dominant.
D.
Interesting.
And I'm a profile administrator here.
Nice. So we have a little bit of everything here, right? We got the S, the I, and the D. All right, well, we'll dig in a little bit deeper. In this class, I want you should be able to determine their own disc style for this class. And I want everybody to be able to explore the hidden priorities that can influence your behavior at work and at home. So the whole purpose of this class is try to improve your work and relationships and then at home relationships, because we might be a D at home, but we might be an I at work. It's just how it goes. All right, we're on slide 4. So we took a personality test before coming here. Like I said at the beginning, I have those results to go over with you guys. But DISC is a tool to use to improve productivity, teamwork, leadership skills, and communication. So depending on which department you work with or what type of people you work with in sales or data, communication is key, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's no communication within the department, it could fall apart. So we want to learn how you will influence others and how to improve the communication within your department. So slide 5. So what is DISC? So DISC is the dimensions of behavior, and it's a personality profile system. So it's one of the most successful and widely used personal and professional development instruments ever created. It's been used by over 30 million people around the world and has an acceptance rate of over 95%. So it's a powerful tool, right?
Yes.
That's easy to understand, and it helps simplifies the complexity of human behavior. So at your previous employers, have y'all ever done the DISC training before?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I have.
No? Okay. So DISC is a little bit different everywhere. So hopefully we learned something new if you've previously taken DISC today. We can go ahead and skip the slides. This is just the acronyms of what DISC stands for. We got dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. It's a tongue twister. Try saying it 5 times. Any volunteers?
Did you want to?
You can try. All right, the first style we
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it.
the first style we have is D, the dominant style. So we have little pictures here. Dominant is usually a manager, a military leader. I mean, someone who's high up in their organization. So the D style is usually motivated by winning, competition, and success.
Are you motivated by success?
I am. We had a challenge here where I work, and we did the step challenge, and our team was #1.
Wow.
So we
That's
are
pretty neat.
motivated.
Sounds
Yes, very.
impressive.
Yes.
My team didn't do so hot.
I'm sorry.
We were 126.
But you were in top 150.
We tried. Yeah.
And that's a challenge that the whole organization
Yes.
competes in?
Yes.
Like just in San Antonio or throughout?
Statewide.
Oh, statewide. I didn't know about that.
I have a question, sorry to interrupt, I have a question.
Mhm.
I work with someone in my office who, she's a D.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you can say or recommend as to how to?
Like working with the D, like a dominant coworker,
Yes.
and you said you think you're an
I
S.
think I'm an S.
Okay. That's a great question. I mean, I feel like a lot of us work with some dominant people that always want to take the lead and never give other people the opportunity to shine. The way I learned to deal with the dominant working style workers that I work with is I try to be straightforward with them. They don't want us to beat around the bush. They want us to get straight to the point. What do you have? Where are you at? What do you need from me to complete the project? So they want people that they're working with to make quick responses, quick decisions. So staying on task is a big thing to them. So if you say you're going to do it, do it. And always be prepared and organized. So when they come to you, they want to be like, hey, Cynthia, where are you at on this project? I need it by February, the end of February, because I'm going to Houston for a project. Do you have it done? Where are you at? They want straightforward answers. Does that kind of help?
That's kind of her, I can see that.
That's kind of her? Okay.
Thank you.
Do you think maybe using that will maybe help?
It might, I'm sure it will.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So, I mean, the D style has a lot of D words. I mean, they're direct, they're driven, they're determined. Those high in the dominance area tend to see challenges to overcome, and they try to change it or fix it. So they love challenges, and they want to beat the challenges, and they want to come in first all the time. So high D's individuals may be described as maybe a risk taker, they're a decision maker, they're a quick thinker. Dominance emphasizes on shaping the environment by overcoming opposition to accomplish results. So D styles want immediate results. They don't want to wait on anybody. They want it quick. So they love to accept a challenge, and they love to be problem solvers.
Very good to know, thank you.
Any other questions about the D style before we move on? So that brings us to the I, influence. I love this one because, I mean, it's pretty much in the word influence. They're an influencer. The little picture here compared to the one for the D style. D style, we had a military guy. This one, we have a musician guy. It looks like Billy Bob. So, I mean, it's quite the difference. So the I styles, they're motivated by social recognition. So they love the pat on the back, and they get a lot of they get a lot of, they like that attention. They love to work in groups and teams, and they have great working relationships. So they value coaching and counseling, freedom of expression and individuality. They're pretty charming, they're collaborative, and they're energizing. So to have an I on your team, I think would help, improve and help with the D style and like the C styles, kind of. So,
Yeah, so the I person is somebody who's constantly moving around, talking to people, getting to know their team. I feel as if that's kind of if you're an I, it'd be hard to stay on track with your work.
yeah, I mean, that's a great question because I'm an I myself.
Yeah.
And speaking from experience, yeah, I get distracted easily because I like to talk to others and I like to go say good morning and I like to go grab a coffee with one of them. So we do get off track a little bit. High eyes aren't afraid to be the center of attention. They love to converse with others, so they love having conversations with randoms or just with coworkers. And they truly love to be around other high eyes. They stand out. So the high eyes function best when they're working with teams.
Yeah,
So, but it's very easy to get off track though, very easy, because those that are high in the I area of influence tend to see a favorable environment in which they can have influence with others. So the high eyes individuals may be described as enthusiastic, trusting, impulsive, and sociable. The emphasis on the I's is shaping the environment by influence or persuading others. Some tendencies might include making favorable impressions, creating a motivational environment, or entertaining people. Does anybody work with maybe a high I in their department?
I mean, I think I'm the high I in my department
Okay, why do you say that?
because I'm constantly talking and getting off track of work.
But are you great working in like a team?
I am.
Yeah?
I'm great working with a team, especially a team that's willing to work together.
Interesting.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Any other questions before we move on to S on I? No? Okay, so S is steadiness. This is Cynthia thinks she's an
I
S.
think I am. Pretty sure.
All right, well, we'll determine that in just a second.
Religious worker.
Yeah, so in this picture, I mean, it's completely different from the other one. You had, a reporter and a musician, and here we have a nurse, a writer, and a religious worker. You're not a religious worker,
No,
though, right?
no, I'm a data worker.
Data, okay. So with steadiness, they're motivated by cooperation, opportunities to help, and they like sincere appreciation. They want the pat on the back, but they might also want a hug, maybe. You don't like hugs? Maybe just
No, I
a high five? Okay.
You're a hugger?
I'm a hunter.
How about you, Jordan? Are you a hugger?
No, I'm more of like a high fiver,
Okay.
or like like pounded.
So at the end of this, I won't give you a hug then. I'll give you a little
No, well, yeah, shake or pound.
Okay.
That would be good. So those high in the S, the steadiness, tend to see a favorable environment in which they want to maintain. So they try to be cooperative, they try and be supportive in the group, and they're agreeable. They don't want no drama. They'll agree, but deep down they might not agree so much. But does that kind of explain
Yeah.
how you
And
work?
being predictable is good,
The high S are described as like patient, they're a team player, they're loyal, they're relaxed, and they're passive.
Mostly, yes.
Mostly yes. You're not afraid to speak up when working in a team and you feel like something doesn't seem right.
I do sense that.
So this is just a scenario. If an S is working with a D, will the S be, I guess, submissive is kind of a weird word, but would they be submissive towards the D's opinions?
Yeah, I would say so because the D's don't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
And the S lives like in the passive area. So, they're more passive aggressive. They might not want, to overstep their boundaries with the D.
And the D is the
Some-
driver.
The D is the driver. Some bees are nice, some bees are rude.
And the S is
Just
passive.
depends who you work with.
Yes, that's true. But this style is more like a follower.
Yes, in a way,
No.
but I think they still make their own decisions. I wouldn't categorize them as a follower.
Okay.
Because they'll still speak up for what they believe in or what they think is right, but without the drama. They don't want the drama, right? So the steadiness, they emphasize on cooperating with others to carry out the task. So not only do you rely on yourself, but you might rely on Carmen and Trey to help you carry out the rest of the project. You have faith in other people to help you carry out the project. So tendencies may include discriminating patients, performing in a consistent manner, claiming exciting people, and creating a stable work environment. That's good. You're like the,
Peacekeeper.
yeah, that's why the religious workers out there.
So not only
Everybody-
do you have faith in God, you have faith in people.
Yes, sir.
Everybody needs a little bit of Jesus sometimes, right? So the next one, the last style is the C style. So conscientious people, they're motivated by opportunities to gain knowledge, showing their expertise and quality in work. So they love to brag about their work because it's always so neat. The quality and accuracy is there. But the downside of them are they're private. They don't really like to, give too much about their life. They're all about work. When they're at work, it's work, 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 work. No chit chat.
Are they task oriented or is that?
Very task oriented. Very task oriented. So those high and C tend to see an unfavorable environment which they do not want to try and change. They don't like change. They like everything to just stay the way it is because it's working. If it's working, if it's fixed, don't break it. Right? That's the saying, or if it's
Yes.
broken, yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So they try to work within established rules and procedures to ensure accuracy and quality. So they're perfectionists. They're courteous and careful, and they're they're accurate. They're perfectionists. Does anybody work with someone like that in their group?
Pretty sure I do.
Yeah, you work in data, so
Yeah,
do you have
pretty
anybody
sure I
that?
do. Heck, so our team went out to lunch today,
Mhm.
and we invited him to go eat with us, and he just stayed there doing his thing on the computer.
Is he the type of guy that like eats lunch at his desk and works? Really?
Uh-huh. He'll go microwave his food downstairs and come back up and continue
And
doing
work.
work. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't have anybody like that, but I do have a data guy that works with me is kind of the same. I mean, his work has to be immaculate before he sends it off to anyone.
Yeah.
Interesting. But is he a nice guy?
He's cool. I
Because
like
they're
working with him.
private, so private people tend to come off rude because they don't want to,
Except sometimes there's special eyes that can open the shell of a hard C.
That's true.
Breaking
That's
up?
They can,
That's true. So the C's emphasize working, within existing circumstances. So like I said, they don't like change, but they want to ensure quality and accuracy in their work. So tendencies might include attention to key directives and standards, checking for accuracy, and thinking analytically, weighing pros and cons. So before they turn in their work, they triple check everything to ensure that they're right in case someone were to come back and be like, what's going on?
That definitely sounds like El Capitan.
Yeah.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? All right, I think we're on slide 11, which we're going to go into playing a game, but before we start playing the game, I want to hand out everybody's results. So leave it face down.
Are you based on where sometimes?
Okay, we're going to turn them over in 1, 2, 3. Who was right? Raise your hand. Really?
Hard.
Y'all were all right? So Trey, you're the highest in I?
Highest in I. Actually, I have high I and high D. They both scored the same.
Wow. Carmen, high in the D area?
I'm a high in the D,
Okay.
and, excuse me, D and I are the same percentage.
Wow.
Yes.
That's not surprising because, Trey, what's your second highest? You have
I and D.
I and D.
Yeah.
And yours is opposite.
Yes.
D and I. What about you, Lucy?
I am at
I'm sorry.
75% and S.
I forgot you go by your middle name.
I do.
Sorry.
I'm an S, 75% highest.
What's your lowest?
Equally, I and C, 46%. D at 16.
I've got C at 21%.
So influence for you is second.
And tied second.
Really?
I don't know if it's a good thing since I'm a data analyst. I have my 21% at C. Kind of bad, don't you think?
Well, usually an
No.
hour is a C.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
CS.
This is true. So that's,
Or CD.
You're a good mix though, with your work. That's good.
I mean, that's surprising, but I mean, I could tell how you're a high, I could see that you're a high I. My results are actually a high I and then a D. So I'm not scared to be dominant. I like to be talkative. I like to converse with people. But when it comes down to work, I mean, the D is
Kicks
there.
in.
Yeah, it kicks in. So my lowest, I think, was a C. So maybe I need to work on maybe double checking, triple checking my work and the accuracy and the quality of it. Or maybe get maybe like a second opinion.
But your percentages, were they too far off?
No,
From your
they were
C?
very far off from C.
So you might not have to work too much.
What are you saying that I do since I'm at 21%? Okay.
All right, we can move on to the game. So we're going to be quoting Dr. Seuss. So now that we've gone through what all the diss styles mean, I'm going to throw up a Dr. Seuss quote up there, and y'all are going to guess whether it's a D, an I, an S, or a C style. Whoever's right, I have some candy here.
Oh, yay.
We have some chocolate and some sweet and sour straws here. So whoever gets it right gets a candy.
So
All right.
do we just leave? We don't look at our PowerPoint.
No, because the answers are on
All
there.
right.
This is for y'all to, the PowerPoint is for y'all to take.
Well, I saw Carmen earlier looking at it. So.
Oh, Carmen, you better move your PowerPoint to the center.
I think she's gonna win.
All right, so the first one is, and will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed.
That is an I.
I, C,
I would say an I.
and I. All right. Na-na-na. Answer is C.
Ah, man.
So they prioritize accuracy,
Oh,
so they
yeah.
are conscientiousness and discipline.
Yeah, I was taking it as that's what the I would say to somebody. Like, you would succeed.
That's true. It could be an I, maybe.
Like a pep
an
talk to
IC.
someone.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Encouraging.
So would you like a Snickers or a sour? Snickers. All right.
Thank you.
All right. The next one is, kid, you'll move mountains. Oh, I heard this. Nobody look. Does that sound like a D style?
I guess so.
You're planting a seed. You're being direct. Positive.
Yeah.
You're driving.
So they're that you'll move mountains. They're determined. They're challenged, right?
Yeah.
To move mountains. And what do y'all think by they mean like move mountains? Because clearly we can't really like move mountains.
You're gonna go far.
You're gonna go
keep
far.
on going until you're at the top, basically, which is what a D wants.
I kind of see it could be hard between the two. An S, just because of the support, and the motivational part of this, so that could be an S. And a bit of the C,
A little bit of C.
for the same reasons, but not a D at all.
No?
Like, I didn't see this.
You didn't see the D.
Mm-mm.
I could see the I, and what did you say, S?
S.
Yeah.
I will go more with an S than anything.
Okay, interesting.
So who gets the candy?
Everybody gets a candy because I've showed the answer up
Here's
here.
my GoPro.
Everybody gets a candy. You get a candy. I'm fine with that. I got plenty of candy. So the next one is, why fit in when you were born to stand out?
That.
That's a D.
A D?
That's an I.
That's
I,
That is a straight I.
dominant.
A D?
That's a D.
You were born
So
to stand
why
out.
fit in when you were born to stand out?
I'll go with I.
Always forget his little name, but I put him up there because he's kind of like standing out. They made a movie about him. Lorax, yeah. Yeah, they did. So they prioritize enthusiasm, they crave attention, they're persuasive, and they're passionate. Do you see it or no?
I can see it. I still stand by D.
D? Why D?
The dominant. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're kind of coming in and it's like, I'm dominant, I'm going to stand out, you take the lead kind of thing, it sounds good.
I can see a D.
mm-hmm,
I and D. Yeah.
See them go, I mean, based off of our results, the people who have high I tend to have high D as well.
Yeah, yeah, like myself.
yes.
ID.
I was ID and yours was ID.
it's
So I
usually
could
that,
see,
the I and the
I could see the D. So Sour Patch or Snickers?
I'll take Sour Patch.
Okay. Carmen, Snickers?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so the next one. Unless someone like you cares an awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah.
S? Why all three of y'all think it's S?
The caring part of that.
That, and also it's the only one that hasn't been chosen.
Okay.
No, that can be fine.
Well, I agree with you. I'm just saying.
It is an S, but you pointed out the right word, cares.
Yes.
They're caring. They're, they're
Supportive.
passive, yeah, they'll help others. They prioritize support and they sincerely want to help others out. Does that sound like you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah? I think we got one more before we go into Q&A. Ooh, nobody done. Did anybody see it? Okay, it's a trick question. There might be one, there might be two styles, there might be three styles. So think and wonder, wonder and think.
Conscientious.
Yeah. That thing kind of through that.
Like,
Moves.
But wonder and
bigger,
think.
better,
What do you think, Carmen?
Think. Your keywords are think and wonder here.
Wonder and think.
not and. That's the only other word.
So we can delete the end.
It could be think that you care.
Yeah,
It could be think that you think about very analytical work, very precise.
So see.
that's true.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So it's a CS style. So the S from caring and the C from, they want accuracy, they're thinkers, wonders. They prioritize stability. So styles that fall in the southern part of the circle tend towards reflection and wonder, and their pace is a little bit slower, but they get the job done, right? All right, so we made it to the end, and then does anybody have any questions, comments?
I do. I have a question. How do we communicate effectively with someone who has a C style?
A C style.
What would you suggest?
Okay. The conscientiousness. So how to communicate effectively with someone like that. Do you work with someone maybe like that? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, a solid C personality prioritizes, like I said, accuracy. So they might carefully review your work on a project. So don't take it personal. You take something to them, they might review it and they might bring it back to you and be like, hey, Carmen, like, this isn't the right way to do it. You might want to redo it over again and then give it back to me. So they give very specific feedback, and they expect it to come back the way that they asked you to do it. But they don't want you to take it personal. They just want accuracy with all through their work. So they don't like being wrong, and they can focus all their attention on data rather than on other people. So my suggestion working with like a high C is quality and accuracy in all your work. If you're going to take it to them and you want them to review it, make sure it's like perfect, because high C's are perfectionists.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
I can see going through, you know, I don't even want to say life, but, you know, on a daily, depending on what you're working in, kind of on some things, you know, maybe at home, you're a D,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of you have to take the lead on things and you kind of, you know, the voice in, you know, the household or whatnot.
Yeah. Do you have children?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where you might be an S at work, but at home you might be a high D, and then your S might follow after that. Because you're still caring, you're a mother. You know, you want to protect your kids, but sometimes that D needs to step in, you know, for them to get things done.
Yeah, so I think this is a good way to understand a little bit about who you are, but at the same time, it is situational, depending on, like, even the job that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm in a more data role, you'd expect me to have more of a C, but I guess it just depends on what's required of your job and what you need to get done, and then it kind of affects where you fall.
I'm sure your comfort level, you know, how familiar you are with whatever tasks you're working on.
Yeah.
Affect that as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're high in I, so you work well with the team, but your next one is a D, so you know when to get things done and when to buckle down and quit being a little social butterfly and get things done. So, I mean, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Procrastination is not my friend, but, you know, that's what I's have, but it's good to follow by the dominant, the D role, and then the C.
And depends on the project too, because you could surface your S's or C's instead of your D's or I's.
Mm-hmm.
So you float until you get to that you know you need to be something.
Yeah.
And you bring that out even further out.
So, taking what we've learned today, I mean, can one of y'all give me an example how you may or may not apply it out in the work field? And at home, I know you kind of gave me a little example. Does anybody else have, you know, what they learned from here, what they're going to take out into the field and apply it?
Well, I agree with your example because I'm a mom too,
Mm-hmm.
but also I go to the booster clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and that surfaces another of your personalities,
That's
depending
true.
on the mood or the other subject that's brought up,
Mm-hmm.
and what is needed of you. If you're going to volunteer, what hat do you wear that day?
That's true. Because
So
you
it's
might
your
wear the
audience
D
also.
hat when, you know, you're at work, or you might wear the D hat at home, but when you go different places, you might have to wear all hats at once.
Yes. So that's
Just
how I would
depends.
advise.
That's a good example.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good example.
Well, I can say how I'm going to use it. It's going to be beneficial for me because the individuals that I work with are mostly C.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good to know that they are accuracy driven. So before I even come up with a presentation, to just make sure and double check that everything that I have is correct, first of all, but also thorough and easily easily to explain to somebody who's like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, when working on a team, Cynthia, if you go to Carmen and you say, I need help with this, she's a dominant, so, and you're an S, so how do you think you would approach Carmen when having her help you with the project? Do you have any examples from this past week that maybe she's helped you on, or?
Actually, I have worked with Carmen on this, and it's something she likes, like you said, laid out, what needs to be done, and this is how to do it, and this is the expectation, pretty much everything that's needed to complete whatever task may be at hand.
Yeah.
And so I find that is really worked, and it's helped us work together, kind of in our own team. Done a good job.
Good. Yeah. Good. All right, do we have any other questions? Comments? Did everybody, I mean, is there anything that I could have done better?
I liked your presentation. You
Yeah.
were very thorough and clear.
Thank you. And we'll have more classes to come, so this is just the first round. We might have more coming up soon, so be on the lookout for that. They usually happen here downtown or at another location, so just be on the lookout for that. In the training manual, if you flip, I think it's to page 17, it's towards the back. There's an evaluation survey that if y'all wouldn't mind taking maybe 2 or 3 minutes to take. It's page 18, starts on page 18. It's just a few questions on the presentation and what I can improve or not improve on, or what helped you guys and how y'all are gonna apply it out to the field.
Sure.
Okay?
So you want us to fill it out now?
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you have a second, if not, you can email me the results and then I can take that back. We just like to get a quick evaluation on how we did and moving forward what we can improve on. But yeah, in the meantime, if y'all have any questions at all, please let me know.
I really enjoyed it. I feel you had a firm grasp on the material.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, how many times have you taught this?
I mean, this is, to be honest, this is going to be I think my 4th time teaching this. So.
Have you taken the disc like more than once? So has it changed from your first to your second?
My previous employer, yeah, it did change a little bit.
Okay.
I was opposite. So in that role, I needed to be more dominant because I was an assistant manager. So in that role, I was a D and then I was an I. Coming to Frost, I'm an I and then I'm a D. I guess you can say Frost is just a little bit more, I wouldn't say laid back, but they're more, I guess laid back.
Collaborative.
Yeah.
They throw that word, they throw that word all over.
Yeah,
Collaboration.
coming from our old building, I don't know if y'all remember, but in the old building, a lot of the walls were closed off. We couldn't go to every department we wanted to and be able to walk around and say hi to people. Now that we're in this new building, I can go to any floor and say hello or, go down to our town center where the Starbucks is and, have a random conversation with an employee I haven't seen in a while. So that's always nice.
Yeah, in the old building, I remember we had one of my coworkers. She was hidden because the walls were so high up, so I didn't even know when she was there half the time.
Really?
Yeah, she just.
And you were like on the other side?
Yeah, I was on the other side, but hers is completely enclosed. There was just like a little opening where she went in, did her work, and wouldn't see her. And then when I was leaving, she'd come out too.
Wow.
At that point, I wonder if she was an S. And then so much a D or an I.
Or maybe a C, because they're private. They maybe like to be not closed off, but very into their work and they didn't want to be bothered.
Or maybe she just didn't like us. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's not polite, Trey.
So we have maybe about two minutes left. No rush at all. I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. I know everybody's eager to go back to work. No? Carmen said no.
Are you sure you don't want to restart the training?
Carmen looked at me and said, no.
I'm not in a rush.
Okay.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Good. So does anybody have any plans this weekend? I know Friday's coming up. We had a holiday on Monday. Anybody going to the rodeo?
I wish. My cousin's getting married on that day. I wanted to go watch Brad Paisley.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be there for the extreme bull riding.
And that'd be cool to see too.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's what, Sunday?
Mm-hmm. Sunday's the last day. Then it kicks off to, what, Houston? The Houston rodeo?
And the Spurs get to play at home again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be going to that game. It's bobblehead night.
Lamarcus bobblehead night, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you get an extra one, give me one.
I'll get you one.
You should
I'll send it to you. Yeah, yeah. Just shoot me an email. Well, I could look you up in our phone book.
Okay, cool.
I can get you one.
I thought you were playing, but yeah, no, if you get snag me one, that'd be great.
I'll get you one.
I have a comment on my assessment.
Yeah.
So as I'm looking at it, and I know some of you guys have one, really dominant over the other traits.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that I'm an equal, almost equal, but a fairly, good spread of everything.
Yeah.
Not one, higher than the other.
Your overall score is almost at 50%,
So I'm
which
kinda
means
like-
you're pretty much right in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's something. I don't know.
So out
It
of
makes me
Catch you something in the
It
bag.
makes-
it makes you think about it, right? Like Carmen said, excuse me, you wear different hats all
Yeah.
the time.
You do, wherever
So-
you're at, whatever you're doing, the surrounding of the folks that you're with, all of that drives all of that.
I would,
Yeah.
It sets your mood
I don't
also.
know, I'm pretty much the same wherever I go. It's hard for
And
me.
it shows, I mean, you
Yeah.
have one that's a lot higher.
Yeah, and then one that's a lot
And what
lower.
was your overall score? At the bottom.
I don't have it.
Oh, it's right here. 21%. So compared to Lucy, she's almost right down the middle. Your overall your score is 21%, but we know where most of that lies, which is in the eye area.
And I'm at 96%.
Wow.
And,
So all of
knowledge,
yours are probably,
influence, and C are all in 96. The S is 85,
wow.
but it's not a weakness.
No, definitely not. None of these are weaknesses. By all means, I mean,
And I might
we all
think
wear
so.
different hats.
I know,
see.
I got 21% as my
It
score.
felt very judgmental, Trey.
Throwing me under the bus here, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I think I have another class coming in about 15, 20 minutes. Does anybody have any final questions?
No?
No,
Okay.
but thank you,
so much.
thank you
So
for
we allowed to
inviting
keep
us.
Yeah, you're allowed to keep those.
Just keep the survey as we.
Yes, if you can give me the evaluation survey on the way out, just so we can take that feedback back and, I can apply it and improve it.
All right.
And I have some more candy up here if anybody would like a piece before they leave.
Thank you.
And thank you, guys.
Thanks. See y'all later.
Bye.
Later.
Good to meet you.
Thanks again, Jordan.
You're welcome.